Happy New Year, and welcome to another episode of our Speakeasy podcast. As always, that is.
Okay.
And I am John. And it's actually not New Year's yet. We still have a little while to go.
Yes. A countdown is tonight.
Tonight? Yep. It is New Year's Eve, guys. And 2024, in a few more hours, will be officially over.
Yeah, 2025.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
2025. Just think about it. When you're watching Back to the Future and stuff back in the day when we were talking about
Yeah, we're like beyond that.
Yeah, we're like, there's still no hovering hovercraft, skateboards or flying cars or any of these
At
things.
least that we know of. There's drones the size of cars, but there's not flying cars.
But here we are.
2025.
Yeah. It's exciting, man. I'm looking forward to the new year.
Is it exciting, though? You don't feel like it's going too fast?
That life just
goes
goes
fast.
fast.
Got to slow down a little bit.
I know.
It just means we're getting older.
That's what it means. I think that's what it means. Before we blink our eyes, 1 year's done.
It'll be our funeral soon.
It's like I used to feel like I'm not a big winter guy, and I used to feel depressed when it was starting to get cold. Now it's not a thing because I'm like, it's only gonna last it's like summer's gonna be here in a blink of an eye, anyways. Because
see, I feel opposite. Once winter comes, I get so depressed because winter takes so long, and then it's summer that's gone in the blink of an eye.
I don't know. I feel like the winter's
January, February, March.
Once March 1st hits, this is the way my mindset is, and I think I've said it on this podcast before. Once March hits, I know that St. Patty's Day is March 17th, and I think about where I've been on St. Patty's Day, and there's been times where I've been out, like wearing a light jacket or whatever, and I'm like, all right, it's not too bad. That's the way I look at it, you know? And February is a short month. I mean, February is goes like this because it's only 28 days.
You know, it is like our summer is just July and August, whereas winter you got December, you got January, you got February,
but I don't like the
March.
summer. I don't like the summer. I like the spring and the fall. If I have those seasons, I'm happy. Summer can just get too uncomfortable, too hot. Where I don't want to be outside. I lay on my couch and have the air conditioning blasting anyway.
Naked and sweaty. Yeah. So what do we got today? You said there's something special going on for the new year.
Yes. Yes, for the new year, I said let's break out something good. This is we both like our Willett. John's a big fan of the rye.
Too big of a fan.
Yeah, very. And
so.
I like the bourbon a lot, actually. And this is a little bit of that mating of the minds here. With this is their essentially it's their Bourye.
Bourye.
This is a unique blend of fine Indiana rye and Kentucky bourbon, coming in at 52%. That's a nice percent, 104 proof. It's a rare release from Willett, and like I said, this is something that I've been wanting to put on the show, but I'm like, maybe we'll save it for one of our special episodes, and because it's a new year, I figured let's do it.
Pretty damn special.
Yeah, this is why sometimes before we start recording, I give it a little head start, and I did not do that this time because now I'm having issues. So,
you need something?
What's that?
You need something?
If there is something, Bob. This thing is stubborn here.
A tip of that.
Just a tip. All right, let's see.
Don't
I know.
Circumcise the thing.
No, it's just not moving. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
There we go. Thank you, John. It was kind of folded down and not wanting to fold up.
Just a tiny tap. I do have a... It's not going to come out with the cork still in it.
This is not our first episode for today.
Yeah, no, and I'm going to go home and celebrate the new year. So there's some... Oh, my God. Where are you going so high?
Does that look high? I don't think it's high. We've been good today.
Yeah.
It's the new year.
It's got nice color.
Yeah.
It's not vicious.
Vicious. Viscous.
Viscous. You love that word.
Viscosity. Yeah, not super viscous. Color's not bad. Yeah, kind of not bad. See how this nose is. Keep in mind, we're supposed to be getting some of that rye spice and some of that sweet corn kind of bourbon spice.
All right.
I do get some of that rye spice.
I get the rye.
Yeah.
And I do get the corn.
Yeah, I guess I can see that. A little malty, maybe, slightly malty.
It almost smells like the distillery.
Yeah. Nothing standing out, I'm not getting vanilla or caramel or butterscotch necessarily, any of that sort. Kind of like sometimes we can get a nice standout. Trying it out.
No, still smelling. Well, we can't drink without cheering the New Year's.
I was going to say, it looked like you were drinking it for a second.
Ooh, that's good.
I think it's more rye forward.
It is 100% more rye. If you told me that was a rye, I would just be like,
Yeah,
good.
yes.
I don't taste the boo.
Not as much.
I only taste the rye.
But Willett is one when you just have a regular 4-year Willett rye, it's got very distinct notes.
Yes, sir.
Very. It's hard to get away from those distinct notes, even if in this case you're mixing it with bourbon.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
I like it.
We haven't had a ton of Bourye on the show. I mean, specifically the High West Bourye was one that we really thoroughly enjoyed.
Yes. Yes.
With the jackalope on it.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. I not saying this is bad, but I think it's different than that one. I think that one. I don't know if it was.
That one you can almost taste the blend.
Yeah.
This is straight up rye.
It's more rye. Yes, it's more in your face rye, and it's just out of curiosity. You know when you have. So you're looking at reading the ingredients to something, and how do ingredients go? They always put whatever has the most of it first. So if you're having a Snickers bar, it might say something like sugar and then chocolate after, or this or that, because it might have more sugar, or something that has more water, it'll say water, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This one has stated it's a unique blend of fine Indiana rye and Kentucky bourbon. Cheers.
So it's a rye with a little bit of bourbon mixed in.
Yeah.
As opposed to bourbon with some rye mixed in.
Now,
You're just banging everything.
I'm such a klutz. This one in particular doesn't even say that, though. I mean, we know it's a Bourye because it's called Bourye, but it just says a blend of straight whiskeys.
Okay.
And it doesn't necessarily say something first. Oh, this is the jackalope, also called an antilabit. All right. But yeah, it's... I thought I might see something different here, where it might say, that it was the opposite.
Bourbon with rye.
Yes. But yeah, not necessarily the case with that. But this one specifically here says rye and bourbon, so I don't know.
I like it.
I think it's very good.
I think it's very good.
But I think that if I wanted a Willett rye, I would have the Willett. But you know what we should do, John?
No.
Forget it. I was going to say we should have a little sip of the rye and see if it's really forget it. We're just banging all over the place.
Don't we do that in the next week's episode?
Because if we had the rye, then we can kind of say, all right, this is definitely not as rye. But I'm sure, I mean, we've had the rye enough where I think we could honestly say without having it, we're trying to take it easy today.
Yeah. This tastes close to me to that taste.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because I'm getting that, almost like that dill. When I have their rye, I think dill for some reason.
Yeah, it's a strange.
Yeah. And I'm kind of getting that dill because that's what Willett really, when their ryes are very dill forward, I feel in my head.
Okay.
Like dill pickle. And I'm kind of getting a little bit of that taste in here. So, but good nonetheless. I think it's very good, in fact.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, I think, I don't know. I don't remember what I paid for it, but it wasn't necessarily one of the cheaper ones. But I don't know if it would be worth the price, but I think it's solid though.
And you said that you didn't find that in a store.
No, I got this on I think I traded or bought it online or something. Or whatever. Sometimes people do a couple bottle deal, like, oh, I got this Bourye from Willett. Because keep in mind, people get things from other states that we can't necessarily get by us here. I've never seen this in the store here at all.
I would definitely like to hit Willett again. We weren't there long enough.
I know. When we were at Willett, if you go to our Instagram page, you could see we had a clip about a little over a year ago when we were there, and it was brief, and it was a cool spot, man. The grounds were pretty freaking cool. I remember us hanging out outside. I think we did the clip outside.
Outside, yeah.
And the wind was nice, and it was such a nice day, man.
Yeah, it was.
That was the best day of the trip.
That was
As
the
far as
first
weather,
day.
as far as weather goes,
Yeah.
that is. That was the best weather day.
Yeah.
It was good.
That's nice. It's nice to reflect.
Yeah.
And let's get into that. I mean, it's 2024 heading into 2025. Let's reflect a little bit.
Yeah.
How did 2024 treat you?
It was okay. It was nothing like remarkable. It wasn't anything that was.
Anything big stand out? Like,
It wasn't like. I mean, because there's other years that are very memorable to me, only because of certain things that happened. And it's not necessarily all good things. It could be traumatic things.
2020?
2020 was one of the worst years I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
And it was good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
I officially got married in 2020, but I also...
Lost your virginity?
No, I found out about the cancer.
Yes.
COVID. Yeah, there was a lot going on in 2020 that threw a bunch of curveballs in my life, and some good, some bad.
Sure.
But it was a tough year.
Yeah.
It was a depressing year. Mental state wasn't that great.
No bueno.
Especially, like I said, finding out what I did find out and knowing what I kind of, surgeries and things like that I had to go deal with afterwards, and everything. It was tough. So something like that I could say. So when you ask me how 2024 was, by me saying not too bad, nothing too memorable, whatever, that's a good thing.
Yeah, 2024 is kind of boring.
Yeah.
Nothing exciting happened.
I mean, the biggest thing recently is the drone stuff, the reveal stuff, I mean, the anxiety of it.
And 2024 with a bang, right?
Yeah.
Nothing crazy happened in 2024. It was just one of those years that just kind of went by.
And just full disclosure, we do record some things ahead of time. So if anything has happened major,
we could all be dead right now.
I know. Between when we recorded this and when we're releasing it,
if we're all dead right now, nobody's watching anyway. So
yeah, I won't be able to air it. So we're just talking here for nothing.
Yeah.
New Year's never came. Yeah. Yeah, so we are recording this a little bit ahead of time. So yeah, hopefully it ended well. Hopefully no major actor that we're a huge fan of that passed away or family member for that reason too, or anything of that sort. Because the year has not ended for us just yet.
Well,
so.
we're two weeks to go.
Yeah,
we're 2 weeks ahead
from where we are right now. Yes,
but it's still Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward to 2025, though. I think 2025 is going to be a good year. I just got a feeling. I got a feeling. A couple things I want to do in 2025 is, I'd like to maybe go visit Dustin down in Georgia.
I know.
I know we're trying to make that happen in January. I don't think I could swing it.
Dustin's been on the show.
Hopefully, we'll be able to talk and come up with another date. That's probably high on my list. I'd like to go back to Kentucky.
Dustin, I'm blaming John on this one. I'm ready.
I know,
but we want to make it. We want to. John would never let it down if I went there without him. So it's it's something that we'll figure out hopefully sooner than later. Yeah. Dustin, we found on the show. Big fan of his band, Poor Man's Poison. So we've been talking about.
That's
it
on the list. So I'd like to do that. I would love to go back to Kentucky. I don't see that happening in 2025.
Yeah.
But maybe one day I'd like to go down with you and Jay.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be a 2026 goal. But you never know.
Yeah.
You never know what happens. We're pretty spontaneous with stuff like that too.
Yeah, yeah. It's all about getting permission from our wives, Yeah. We gotta send our wives on vacations. Just go away, honey. Go somewhere. Go with your friends. Go somewhere tropical. Leave for like 2 weeks if you want.
Please.
Meanwhile, we're like, can we just go away a weekend?
I just need 2 days.
Just need 2 days just to go.
2 weeks, 2 days. It's a great trade-off.
But now we're gonna get in trouble. They're gonna watch it.
They don't watch anyway. I think 2025 year is gonna be a good year for both of us.
Yeah,
I think this show is gonna take off a little bit. I've been trying to work hard on the TikTok angle.
Yeah, dude, I noticed.
I ran out of material for the past couple weeks because the last time we were here, I got to we got
We'll have to make up for it.
Yeah.
Which means we'll probably keep this episode a little shorter.
Yeah. I think the show's going to take off, even though we're on like our third year. I think the show's going to take off.
Yeah, we started 2021, late 2021, and we're hitting 2025. So yeah, we'll be getting end of this for end of 2025 will be our fourth year.
Yeah,
So.
and I think we're open to maybe even changing some stuff up to make it a better show.
Yeah, there's always talks about it. We've changed some things. We've done some things different. It's always an experiment. There's always something different we're trying.
Yeah.
We've said it about we like to have the beer on the show because it's good. We have fun with it. Sometimes we don't have it on the show because it's a little bit more localized and it's a little bit more like a lot of people might not know who Kane Brewing is, and then nor can they access it wherever they are.
And it's based on time too. If we need to bang out a few quick ones on a random night, like it's getting late now. You add the beer in. I got a long drive home.
Yes.
So, if we have
our recordings have still seem to be the same length,
I know.
the last couple episodes, but
if we if we have a whole day to do it, then we'll throw the beer in because that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But I see things coming. I think we might do some funky bourbons, maybe some funky whiskeys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's still plenty of whiskey. There's still plenty going on.
There's stuff that we got to do that we keep talking about, and I think 2025 is going to be good.
You know what? The day I'm looking forward to is when we can start repeating some whiskeys and revisiting some of the older ones from the first year.
Yeah, 100%.
Some of the ones, because we are very big on not repeating, but now we're at the point, our palates are different, things have changed.
Yeah, and it's not that we're running out, but yeah, it'd be cool to go back and
try some things again. I've got some stuff, like I remember one of the early episodes, like an Old Carter, like having it now, it's like a different animal, I feel like,
And a lot of stuff has been sitting open, so maybe some stuff is, I don't know.
You think it's going bad or what?
Yeah, we gotta drink it.
We gotta drink it, yeah. But yeah, it's things are changing, man. Life is changing. Things, everything. I feel like technology is moving way too fast.
I think that's the best
well.
part, right? It's moving way too fast.
Yes. John, just for shits and giggles, before this episode, John went on ChatGPT. And said, New Year's podcast episode ideas. John,
it gave us a synopsis, what our names and everything.
So John did not mention our names at all, and it said, John and Ken start talking about. And John's like, dude, I didn't mention our names at all. That's a little scary.
And when I create photos, I just put Speakeasy Podcast. Our names are never ever on it.
Yeah,
ever.
That's kind of weird. What is going on, man? So
I didn't mention bourbon. Well, I guess that would make sense because I do say every picture that I have has somebody drinking bourbon in it.
Yeah.
But John and Ken were never. It doesn't. How does that know my name is John? And how does he even know Ken? Like it's. I can. All right, it's my phone. Maybe it would know that I'm John. But how would it know to say your name?
I don't know. If anyone could give us a little insight on that and how it would know our names. I mean, we always joke around and say our phones are listening to us because. And it's happened plenty of times. I'll have a conversation about something random with my wife, and then I'll get like a Facebook ad while I'm scrolling down that has exactly
jeans, and then all of a sudden that's it. It's flooded with jeans.
Yeah.
Come try these Levi's.
We gotta figure that out, dude, and shut whatever it is off on our phones or something because that's not right. Because to me, that's kind of like an invasion of privacy.
The phones are the ultimate spies, man.
Yeah. Hey, well, look. I mean, I hate to say this, but I mean, iPhones are like made in China or something like that.
Yeah, they're all made in China.
So what is it? I mean, how do we know they're not putting stuff in there? How do we know that they're not doing something fishy? I mean, look what the Israel did when they put those things in the phones. Those like bombs in the phones, And
it's scary, man.
And like people were like. These Muslim people were like in the store and
hello,
yeah, it was like.
We're calling you about your car warranty.
Yeah. Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
The capabilities and what they can do and what can be done and just technology and how small they can make things and between chips and this and that and it's a little scary. Are we moving too fast? Are we moving too fast for our own good, where it's actually going to destroy us and it's going to be our
100%.
demise?
100%. That's going to be technology is going to be the demise of human existence.
Yeah.
I've been saying that, and that's what it's going to be.
It's already taken over us. It's already taken over us. And listen, I'm guilty just as many people are. When it comes to cell phone, when it comes to social media, when it comes to any of this, it is extremely difficult at this point for me to not look down at my phone every few minutes.
Yeah.
Extremely
Can't go
difficult.
to the bathroom without it.
No. Yes, I cannot relieve myself on the on the can without my phone. I feel like I need something. Like there's been times where I forgot my phone and I went to the bathroom and I'm like, oh, gone too far. And I will actually take my wallet out
And go through it.
and go through it just to have something to look at and occupy myself with and just be like, what needs to be taken out of this thing? You know, do I have anything I can read in here?
I don't know. I think it's going to come full circle, man. I think technology is going to destroy humankind.
Yeah.
And it's going to take us back to the caveman era.
Yeah.
Where we have almost nothing.
I know.
And we have to start
It's
over.
scary because there is some good that comes from it. I just saw on the news the other day there was like a grandmother who needed I don't know if it was like a kidney or something or some kind of body part, and they genetically modified some pig to produce it. And
Dude, that's what's crazy right now. You know, Joe Rogan said it the best. Technology is going to be so crazy one day where they're going to start making when you're born, would you like to upgrade the eyes? You know, you'll never have to wear glasses. You never do this. You know.
Yeah.
Would you like to upgrade this? Would you like to?
well, people do it with
Take those fingers off and let's whoop on you. So this way he can.
They do it already with making babies. You know, they make these babies in a lab, and they're like, you're gonna have a gorgeous baby. You're gonna have a gorgeous baby. But now you're in a way, to me, I don't like it. It's a whole playing God thing. I don't like it. You were born this way. This is the way you're should be coming out, and this is the way. Let's not get too crazy with this here.
You ever see that thing they're selling now? You don't have TikTok. I see it all over TikTok. I don't know where else I've seen it.
No.
It looks like an AirPod, but it's a translator.
Oh,
So
I have
somebody's
heard about this.
Speaking
Yeah.
to you in another language. That's creepy, bro. Now you can't even have private conversations.
That's
anymore.
like, you ever watch Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Well, it's a sci-fi and it's comedic and stuff. But at one point they have this worm, and the worm crawls into the ear, and you can understand the language of the other aliens and things like that. You know.
But to me, that's an invasion of privacy almost. You know, I might be having a private conversation in my language, and this guy's listening.
Yeah. It's. I think that sometimes it's good not to understand.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
That's the good thing about keeping culture separate.
Yeah.
You have your own.
Yes. I mean, communication's great. It's key. But I think, I don't know, you need to learn how to communicate people in other ways, even if you can't speak the language and stuff.
Yeah.
There's ways to communicate. I remember when I was a little kid, I went to Puerto Rico with my mom on vacation, and there was a kid on the farm or something like that didn't speak a lick of English. And I didn't speak any Spanish, but we were playing, we were doing everything together, and don't really need communication. You don't
He kept
need
saying, "Me penga tu culo," and you're like, "Yeah, me penga tu culo, yes, yes."
No, but I was like 4, but yeah. But anyways, yeah, it was, and you just think of it as a simple mind. Sometimes a simple mind, sometimes that's the best way.
That's what I was gonna say. Like those innocent kids, it's like you almost wish you can go back to simpleness.
Yes, when kids weren't staring down at their cell phones and can play with each other and go out and play manhunt or do something in the street, and technology is ruining it all. And it's going too far now. It is too far.
Even it sounds strange, but adults with say Down syndrome, right? And their minds are simple, and it's you almost I don't say admire that. You just wish the simplicity.
I see what you're getting with it, yes, because they're not dealing. Listen, they have their own worries,
absolutely,
and everything, but some of the worries that people have and they deal with, and et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes, yes, I see where you're going with it. It's
just
hard.
like a simple.
It's hard to put it out there without being looked at the wrong way.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's what I'm trying to word it right. Probably not, but like a child, just the simple mind of no worry. Just having no worries is golden, man. It's golden, and I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll never experience that. We're always going to worry. We have children, and then we're going to have grandchildren, and so on and so on. And
it's sad, and I worry for my son as he gets older, and how things are moving way too fast, and so we try to keep it old school, where we what we keep like technology limited with him, and everything. What are you laughing at? It's something you have to tell me off the show. All right. Where we kind of limit what's going on and all that stuff, just because we don't want life to move too fast for him. We want him to enjoy his innocence. Yes. We want him to
as long as possible.
As long as possible. And unfortunately,
because in the amount of time of our life, that is the smallest part. That innocence part is the smallest part.
I know. And you always remember it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You may not remember from 20 to 30, as much, but you always remember from those times growing up when you lost your first tooth, or you got your first big injury or something like that, or whatever. You're never going to forget those times. Yeah. And we try to keep it as special for him as possible. We try to, and we can only do what we can do. But the world, and that's the thing. That's why parents get so pissed off when they're teaching things in school which they might not want to be taught to their children. Yeah. Because these parents have been working so hard to keep their kid innocent. Innocent mindset, not worry about the world's troubles, not have to think about this or what they should identify as, or who they should love, or who they should, just let them be kids, Yeah. So as far as, I know I'm getting a little off topic there, but, as far as things moving too quickly, technology, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, that all ties together. I wish we were able to, pick our kids. I wish there were choices for our schools, our curriculums, you know what I mean? I don't want my kid learning that. I want to learn in this.
Yeah. Well, you can say no. And if school ever told me, no, this is what we're teaching your child, that's when I get to the point, all right, I'm going to homeschool them if you're going to get that. I don't think it'll ever happen. And I think for the most part, most teachers, there's some radical ones out there, but I think most teachers will be like, okay, I understand.
The problem is the teachers are getting younger and younger, so that stupid generation is starting to teach our kids.
I know where you're going, but I also think about my son's first real teacher in school when he was it kindergarten, or I think it was kindergarten. She was good. She was young, early 20s, but she had a good head on her shoulders. Good. So I can't say that for all.
No, it's not all of them. There's always some good seeds.
Yeah. But as far as technology goes, as far as people, ChatGPT or whatever spying on John's phone, as far as he says.
What else could they possibly come up with? It's we don't have to go shopping anymore. Yeah. We don't have to go to the restaurants anymore. They can bring it to us.
Well, they're making us lazy.
What else can they do to make us,
Yeah.
We work from home.
Yeah. I know. Yes. Are we? It's almost.
Are they going to wipe our ass?
COVID was scarring. Unfortunately, it changed me in ways that I don't like that I had changed. I became a go-out people person to a little bit more...
a hermit.
Yeah, a little bit more introverted, a little bit more, I don't want to be near crowds, I don't want to be this or that. It made me distrust people in ways I shouldn't. It made me view people as I shouldn't in ways, Yeah. And it closed my mind a little bit, I felt like, and I don't like that it did that. And...
Yeah, agreed.
And it's almost like COVID happened, and they just kept you in. Yeah. All right, it's not a pandemic anymore. It's not as big as it was, but people still are working from home. People are still not doing not going to malls as much or doing whatever as much. So
businesses going out of business.
Yes, Remember WeWork? I mean, that was like a big thing when it first came out. You know, it was like a community office building or whatever. Like it was basically an office building, had fun things. They had like bars and stuff inside it and everything.
Where was this?
WeWork was like it was like a new thing that came out right before COVID. And there's a show on it actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And it was supposed to be like the new big thing. And it was basically it was community office. So you can have someone who was a construction business or something working in that office, and you could have someone that was, you know, something totally different,
right.
IT or whatever, you know, and they all would work in the same office building, and it was just basically renting space and stuff. But they had some cool things in the office and stuff like that. But then COVID happened, and it
that
just
went down the drain.
Yeah. It's like what cell phones did to payphones, you know. Yeah. And you know, technology.
But you know what? I feel like it's on us to slow it down, though. We want more. We want more. We want more. As people, I mean, it comes out, we use it. It comes out, we use it. AI comes out. All right, you know, make me a picture. Make me a podcast episode. Make me a map of the United States. Yeah. Show me where this is. We use it.
Yes. Well, it's back to ChatGPT. You're a kid in college. Write me an essay about this or that or whatever.
But it's acceptable now.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's unbelievable.
Fine.
And the sad thing is, if we had it when we were in college, we would use it every day.
Hell yeah.
It's like Cliff's Notes or whatever they were, you know, or Spark Notes, yeah. Oh, shoot, I didn't read that book.
But that's the point. It's there now, so people are using it. If people stop using it, one's not going to be there anymore.
Yeah.
So the more stuff they come out with, the more stuff we use,
well, remember,
the more evolution is.
Elon Musk had created that, like, computer chip that you can install in your brain, and you can.
See, that's what I want no part with, man.
No,
I don't want no shit in my body, no chips. Don't be doing stuff.
No, I don't want anything that someone has to control to hit a button and maybe blow me up, you know, or.
I don't want you to need my eyeballs to open a door. Yeah. You know, none of that stupid crap.
Yeah. I mean, look at that. Even that too.
I mean, even my phone. It's my thumbprint opens the phone.
Or facial recognition. It looks at your face. You know.
Nothing to do with that. That's too far.
Yeah. And I've said it. I know it's once again. I'm going off on this though. I talked about ancestry and 20 whatever those ones are, and stuff. You're giving your DNA to someone. You're handing them your DNA.
We can tell you who your cousin is. All right.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Sure, take it.
Now there's 6 of us out there.
Yeah. So I've always been against doing that personally, just because of that. I'm like, I'm not giving you my shit, man. I'm giving you my DNA. You're gonna keep that on file. You're gonna keep that in your records. You're gonna keep that whatever. I don't know, man. If I had a lost family member or something that's related or whatever, well, I guess it wasn't meant to be, buddy.
Yeah, sorry. You're on your own.
You see these stories and stuff about people meeting for the first time, you know.
Yeah.
All right, I'm doing all right. I don't need,
No, I didn't know you the first 30 years of my life.
Yeah.
I don't need you for the next.
That's all right. That's okay. But yeah, I think yes. Hopefully, I don't know what 2025 is going to bring, but things are moving super fast.
Hopefully not war. That's the only thing we don't need is war.
We don't need it. Change is coming. Hey, listen, like them, hate them, whatever you want them. With Trump, there's going to be change. Yeah. We were hoping good change, but we don't know what kind of change it's going to be. But we know it's going to be change, and that is for sure. So we'll see.
True that, boo.
Yeah, and hopefully it's for the good. Hopefully things get back a little bit back in order. I think we became a bit of a weak country these last 4 years, and
yes, we have.
I think once again, I'll say it again. You could be a Democrat. I think there's some great Democrat presidents. Joe Biden was not one of them.
No.
He was not one of them.
No.
And
20 more days. 21. 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Yeah.
New president takes office, and you know we'll see what happens. And hopefully it's for the best.
Yeah, hopefully for the best. Yeah,
not just for us, but for everybody.
Support your leader, regardless. You know, you got to remember our leader. Their job is to point us in the right direction. Their job is to do what they feel is right for the country, and it's going to be the best for our country. And you don't have to love them. You don't have to love their personality. You don't have to love their personal life. You don't have to love any of that. Just hope that they're doing their job correct.
Right.
Oh, speaking of which, man, we should have touched on this on an earlier episode, and we didn't.
What's up?
Okay, we'll talk briefly on it real quick. What was, and it might still be going on right now, and I'm getting way off topic, and I apologize ahead of time. That Luigi guy, man, we didn't talk about.
Oh, Luigi. Hey, Luigi, it's me, man.
And we're talking about, we can keep it somewhat in topic about, people and the I'm going to tie into it, okay? And I want to talk about it briefly. And the one thing I'm noticing, and I'm going to come back to that, full circle, and I'm going to start with this. Guy murdered someone. Maybe he wasn't the most...
Became a cult hero from it.
Yes, maybe he wasn't the most loved guy, this CEO. And that's the sad thing. I don't remember the CEO's name. I remember the Luigi guy's name, and it shouldn't be that way. It should be the guy that got, killed.
Right.
But they keep blowing it up on the media, making it such a big deal, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And people love this guy.
I know.
I don't understand. I think there's something sick with people when they're like that,
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really too caught. I know what happened. I know the guy did it.
Cold-blooded murder.
I don't remember what the motives were.
Well, he didn't like the healthcare industry, and United.
Join the party, bro.
Yeah, it was one of the bigger ones. He apparently wasn't even a member of that insurance company. He just wanted to pick
just
one.
Picked this guy up for no reason?
Yeah. It was just he just was trying to go after the man. Let's just put it that way. And the man being the CEO of a big insurance company. That was his thing.
You can't take that stuff into your own hands. I mean,
he's complaining about people's lives and this and that. Well, you just took a life, you asshole. And I don't. Once again, even if the CEO is the biggest douchebag in the world, that doesn't justify. You're no one's judge to take someone else's life.
And where did they want to? They were talking about extradition. Where were they trying to send him?
Back to New York, where the crime was committed.
Oh, where's he at?
I don't know. I guess maybe he was in Pennsylvania. I forget.
Oh, he wasn't caught in New York?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're trying to extradite him.
So
They're
bringing him back to
That's
New
the
York.
whole thing, yeah, because he has to be tried out here.
Okay.
But my point is this. Humanity, love, life, living, I feel like it's going down the drain. And I feel that people are getting cold. I feel that people are getting so cold where they're celebrating a murderer.
Death, yeah.
They're celebrating actions of that someone can do. You're not the right mindset by taking a gun and shooting another human being.
Well, can I real quick?
Yeah.
Also, can I throw in what's that other guy's name? Penny, the guy from the train who choked out the other guy.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I listen. I don't know the whole situation, but I do know that guy was threatening other people. He was threatening to kill other people. I think the Penny guy was not intending to kill him.
No.
I think he was just trying to subdue him, but he didn't. When you're in a moment of fear and you're in a moment of, adrenaline, you ever hear the expression, sometimes I just didn't know my own strength?
Yeah.
I think that could have been the case.
I agree.
Yeah. A lot of people would say, yeah, he's more of a hero because there was a nutter that was threatening people on a train. He wasn't the only one that was trying to subdue. Other people were surrounding. Yeah. Other people testified of all colors afterwards and said, he was protecting us.
They were scared with him.
Yes, and if he was found guilty, what's happening there? You're telling people not to be a hero, not to
don't
stick
defend
up.
yourself.
Yeah, don't defend yourself. When that guy, who knew? The guy could have had a knife.
Yeah.
If he's threatening to kill people, and he's being erratic. You don't know what he might do. You don't know what he has the capability of doing. What are we supposed to do? Wait until he commits the action? All this guy was trying to do was just hold him down until the time was appropriate. And once again, I think he just didn't know his own strength.
Do you think that was similar to the George Floyd case?
No, not necessarily. Because cops are trained to do certain things. They're trained to know exactly the right kind of pressure, the right way to do it. Putting your knee on someone's neck is probably not procedure. Is it? I don't know.
I don't know. I see a lot of officers doing that when they have to hold someone down.
I think that there was multiple cops there that had the capability to hold him. Yeah. I mean, what do I think about George Floyd? He was a piece of shit.
Absolutely.
he was not a good guy. He was not a good man.
Nope.
And he was high as a kite when it happened. So who knows how that played a role in things too as well. But yes, I think that the cops are necessarily innocent? No, not like the Penny case. I don't think so. I mean, what do you feel?
Agreed. No, I agree. Agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying about love and this and that. I feel like people are getting cold.
They are.
I see it on the internet. I see that people don't respect other people's opinions and they just laugh at them.
Nope.
They laugh at it. They treat you like you're shit. They treat people...
I don't think humans respect each other anymore in any way.
No. There's no emotional intelligence
Everybody
nowadays.
thinks they're better than everybody else.
Yeah. There's absolutely no emotional intelligence anymore. People do not try to see the side of other people. They just see their own side.
Yeah.
And they don't want to hear it. And they're going to make fun of people and put people down that disagree with them. And I'm sorry, people. When you have that attitude, that's not a happy life.
Yeah.
That's not a happy life. And to me, I see someone like that, and I just see someone who's miserable inside.
Yeah.
You got to listen to other people. And back to 2025. Hopefully, it's a bigger year for love.
Happy fucking New Year!
Yeah,
Jesus
I know.
Christ.
Well, just these things that bother me. I see it online all the time. I'm.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, I got to get off social media. I got to get off this
People
stuff.
just have to, just change, man. Just. There's always going to be war. There's always going to be conflicts.
Gotta make a
Just
change.
have each other's back. Have each other's back. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all human beings. We all feel. We all deal with shit. We all have our own trials and tribulations, and we deal with, things. But, understand that. Understand that we all have our own issues. We have our own things. No need to bash other people. No need to, put someone down because they have an opinion.
No. And that should be your New Year's resolution out there.
That should be everyone's, man.
Drink more bourbon.
We need
love more people.
Man. We need more love in the year, man.
More
Some
people.
People got to grow up, that's all.
Hold the door open for somebody in 2025. Tell somebody you love them in 2025. Tell somebody you want to hear their opinion on this and not argue back. Let people know that you're listening.
I just real quick before we end, I had a social experiment. This is quite a few years back. It was a social experiment. And it was me and two of my other friends, and we went out to Manhattan, and I said, guys, let's do something different tonight. And they're like, what do you want to do? I said, let's just buy a random person a drink, or a random group of people drinks. That's it. You don't say anything to them. Just walk up to them and say, this is on me. I said, it doesn't have to be a female. It doesn't have to be anything. In fact, it was actually quite the opposite. That could be weird. No. So we started it just for fun. Just be like, hey, guys, we hope you have, I'm here with my friends, things like that. Hope you guys are having a great time. Drinks are on me. Something like that. And we did it just for fun. Just to see the reaction, whatever. No. The reactions were like, thanks, man. Like, awesome. That's cool.
I would have thought there would have been like a catcher.
No. But we were all hanging out around the same block. A lot of these people that we did this, we each did it with different people, And here's the crazy thing. We got more free drinks that night back than what we spend on them.
Yeah, awesome.
So, because all of them were like, dude, I'm getting your round. I'm getting your round. I'm getting your round. And by the end of the night, we had a group of people chatting it up, talking, having a good time.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just because we said, let's just buy some random person drink.
Yeah.
Keep it, there was no whatever, Back when we did it wasn't as big of a thing, it wasn't like, oh, you have to worry about this or that.
Next time we go out, I'm buying the prettiest girl in the beer in the bar drink.
Don't do it next to your wife, though.
I was talking about my wife.
Yeah, good answer.
Yeah.
Guys,
Happy
it's
New
been fun.
Year.
Happy
Love
New
each
Year.
other.
Bring the love into the air. New Year's resolution for everyone, 2025, just bring the love back, people. That's it. Love each other. Love thy neighbor,
And subscribe and comment to our podcast.
Yes. Tell a friend about our
first
podcast.
resolution.
Share it with people.
That's everybody's homework today. Tell one person about our
Subscribe
podcast.
and watch it. Yeah. Even if it's for a few minutes, check us out, guys.
Check
We
us out.
appreciate the love, too.
Love.
Yes. Johnny, cheers.
Happy New Year.
Cheers to you guys. Happy New Year.